Which doll likes to clean the house?
This one.
Involving the life of Olivia Pope, which is a powerful African-American single woman. Usually in the past few years, the shows have been showing women as underrepresented, as like feminine roles and non-professional housemakers and housemakers. I like how Scandal in each episode brings the life of women day by day, and it just is showing a different perspective of what other shows are portraying women. It encourages women to empower themselves and not believe in a certain role.
So, How I Met Your Mother has recently been a popular show. It has just ended its last season a while ago, but How I Met Your Mother portrays a really good gender-neutral show. So the gender roles in the show influence society because they have all the elements intertwined together in terms of gender. And also two of the main characters in the show have opposite viewpoints in terms of family. Like I said, Ted is more of the hopeless romantic, whereas Robin is more independent. But Marshall and Lily are seen as the couple starting a family and really epitomizing the portrayal of the American dream.
Gossip Girl has been one of my favorite shows for as long as I can remember, until I started to become aware of how sexualized women are throughout the show. It's a show about taking you through the lives of a group of teenagers in Manhattan, so they're all pretty wealthy, and it's a drama show that shows their lifestyles. The men in the show are very powerful. In particular, the main character, Chuck Bass, has free reign over any woman he wants and is encouraged to sleep with as many of the female characters as possible. And the women in the show are just rich party girls, and every time they try to succeed in school or in careers, they constantly fail. And I think this show really portrays to girls that all they're good for is their bodies, and that if they attempt success, that they'll always fail unless it has to do with their appearance. And the men in the show constantly have free reign over women and constantly succeed in everything they do.
Okay, so I thought that it was important to look a little bit specifically at kids shows and how they portray different genders differently on those kids shows, because that's when we're in our formative years and starting to develop an understanding of what it means to be a boy or a girl. When I was a kid, the biggest thing was SpongeBob, and SpongeBob unfortunately doesn't do a very good job at this. When you think about it, there are 5 basic main characters. There's SpongeBob himself, there is Patrick, Mr. Krabs, Squidward, and Sandy, and out of those, only one of them is a female. And when you look at how they break down the episodes, there are much fewer episodes that focus on Sandy than there are on the male characters. And this is on a show that's supposed to be gender neutral. But doesn't necessarily go very well in the guys' direction either, because if you look at how these characters are portrayed, SpongeBob is naive and childish, Patrick is an idiot, Squidward is a grouch, Mr. Krabs is greedy, and Sandy is a super scientist martial artist. So basically, when you look at it, there's bad on both sides, and they don't do a very good job. But not all is lost, because if you look at more modern shows, I actually think that they are starting to do a much better job at this. If we look at, say, Steven Universe, which is a very popular show that's still running right now, all of the characters are much more well fleshed out. It is a science fiction superhero show primarily aimed at girls. There is no definitive idiot character. Every character has value. The superhero female characters have a large variety of character traits that all work very well for them. And I think that shows in general nowadays for kids are starting to portray both male and female characters quite a bit better than they used to.